I would like to believe that he's constantly being challenged. And when he's not being challenged, that's when we have an issue. Mental is huge. I think mental plays a very big part. A lot of people break before the fight. So if you have a very strong mindset and strong mental, that attitude, you're probably gonna have the edge over the guy that doesn't, that's doubting himself. I would say it's 75% mental. I've seen people go in there not as talented as others, but their mental, like you can't break them type of mentality, and that wins. That breaks the other people that are maybe physically in better shape or even more talented. So the mental plays a big part, a big factor.
Mentally, I'm in the mix of it. I am in an adventure and an experience that one day at a time is the only way I can think of it. Solely because I'm now at this new stepping stone of my adventure. It's surreal to me still, and I'm just so focused on preparing and training because it's second nature to me.
What does a normal fighting day feel like for you mentally?
It's been so much, it just feels like second nature. It feels it's a part of my life. It feels like a daily routine. I walk in this gym, I warm up, I condition, I glove up, mouthpiece on, prepared that my teammates are ready to break me down to make me stronger. It's always been like that with me. I've always had to push and train. I think the beauty of it is now just knowing I have such a big support cast of my teammates who have the same ideas of like, yo, we're ready to get you right if that means we have to break you down.
How does it feel to have such a big support system?
Surreal. You don't know how valuable it is until you have it. I spent a lot of time in the beginning of my training years ago, not really having the big support cast. People were happy for me, people believed in me, people was like, have fun. It's different seeing people truly support you, are by your side, sharpening you up, being there when you're down, being there when you're up. When you're training and you're fighting, you can have 1 million people love you, but it's not the same of having at least 10 people that will be that hand if you fall and push you back up.
Was there a moment you thought maybe I'm not built for this?
Yes, I did, and it was the craziest awakening when I got slapped and told, don't say that again. My big brother, Zach. It was a very low moment for me, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I can close my eyes and be at work right now, looking at that glass, looking outside, seeing just things move by. And I was like, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. This is when I didn't get to train as much. I felt defeated, deterred, and just, I didn't have what it takes. And my brother talked to me, he sat down with me, cussed me out, yelled at me, and I had to look at myself again and realize those were just dark thoughts stopping me, being obstacles and challenges to see if I was meant for it. It was a mental trial, and luckily, by this close, I was able to overcome it, and we're here now. Shout out to Zach, man. He's the greatest. I wouldn't be here without him.
Do you feel as if, as a man, quitting in the moment, not in like working, saying you're tired, for example, how does that make you feel?
I understand. It's like you get gassed, you get tired, you feel like you can't go no more. So it's understandable, but that's something that I wouldn't tolerate. And if my brother Del does it, then I'll be disappointed in him. I had moments where I felt like I was running from something. And then, in a sense, fighting helped me run towards something. It made me have a goal in mind, and it makes you challenge yourself that I could get my skills better.
Did you have any low moments where you felt lonely as a fighter that people don't even talk about?
Yes. Damn, yeah, of course I did, definitely did. It's more so outside the gym when you're in isolation and you're in solitude. You tend to have a lot of deep thoughts with yourself, and you'll be your own tough critic.
The hardest part mentally would be not beating yourself up sometimes. When you have a set goal and a criteria that you're trying to hit, You're always your worst critic, you're always your toughest person. The hardest part is breaking from in the moment of that, I didn't hit this, I didn't do this, I'm getting beaten down. And it takes a second to regroup of this is training, this is the love of the game. You have to realize it happens, back to it, let's do it again and again. I've always had that. That was ingrained in me through Zach getting beat up a bunch of times. I believe the mental toughness comes from, again, my team, my upbringing from even, shout out to my uncle, man, my Uncle Asha. I wouldn't be this determined and pushed without him before even fighting. I've always had this mental of grit and just die by it. There was no choice but give it your all or don't be here.
What has committing to this level of fighting cost you that people don't see?
It sounds corny, but everything. You don't realize your own life and your own experiences with the people around you when you devote yourself to a craft, a belief. Your friends aren't there as much. And it's not because they don't want to be, it's you have removed yourself from the vices and even mindsets and enjoyments that they probably had with you that you grew up 10 plus years. I've experienced it a bunch. I'm just lucky enough that even though we are far mentally, there's still love and strength no matter where we are. I have removed myself from a lot of adventures and endeavors I wish I did have with my peoples. But I don't live in regrets. I wouldn't change it for the world because it'll be all worth the while when I'm up there and we're all in our successful routes and I pushed. I lose time for my family. I lost time for my significant other. And it's harsh, and I have moments I do feel bad, and I'm sorry that I'm like that, but I'm not gonna stop because I know y'all gonna thank me later.
Is that something that you have accepted, or something you're still wrestling with?
I've accepted it completely. I'm unapologetic from it. However, I do know that my family's and my significant other's feelings matter, and I'm not gonna take that away. I will always acknowledge the things that I'm not a part of, the things I can't experience or be with them. However, it's still what it's gonna be. I'm not stopping. I'll trade it all. There's always that cloud in your mind of not being good enough, and only because that hunger to train more. You can train for 4 hours. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have done 5. It's the never-ending craving that I'll never be satiated of the work I put in. And I believe I will be at the very highest point of this career and this path of sport and still not be satiated.
What does that internal fight sound like?
That internal conflict in me is truly always hearing that voice in the back of my head clawing at me saying, it's not enough, it's never enough. However, there's a reminder on this side, and here, you're pushing and you're trying, keep on going. It's all gonna come together. It's a conflicting feeling of always there's more, there's more, there's more, there's more. And until I probably train for 24 hours, I think I won't be okay.
When do you usually see doubt show up in fighters?
When they get tired, when their conditioning isn't great, obviously then they start to doubt themselves and sometimes they start to break. And this isn't just here, this is overall in the fight game. If you're not conditioned and that's when you start to break.
Has that happened with Del? At all?
No, Del has a very strong mindset, and Del, I haven't had any issues, no pushback. Del is the man, and Del is going to be a future champion.